Hey up everyone, how you all doing? Welcome back. I hope everything's good where you are. Right, I've got 6 American phrases Brits don't understand. I just tried having a little think what it could be, but I haven't got a clue. The only way I'll find out is if I watch it and listen to what he tells me, see if I don't understand it or not. It's by Emma Robinson anyway. I don't know if I said that or not. But right, yeah, I hope you're all good. Let's get on with it. And I'll let you know whether I understand them or not.
Americans have many words and phrases that we don't use in the UK, but thanks to TV and social
Phrases. Let me listen to what she just said there.
Americans have many words and phrases that we don't use in the UK.
Someone did post something in the comments a few weeks back, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, saying, I can't remember what video it was on, but the comment was, you're welcome to come over here if you can tell me what a grasshopper is. I can't remember what it said now, and it confused me, and I was going to Google it, but I thought, no, I want to see whether I learn it eventually on here. But I wonder if that's going to be on here. Only thing I could think of at the time was a saying that I have heard. I've never used it, but I've known this person since it was knee-high to a grasshopper. But yeah, no, I can't remember what the context in was really, so that probably didn't make any sense. But it was something to do with a grasshopper.
But thanks to TV and social media, most of us still understand them. Things like realtor for estate agent,
Oh right, yeah,
bangs for a fringe,
yeah, I know
yard
that.
for garden, and pants for trousers.
Yeah.
But there are definitely some phrases that a lot of us Brits don't understand, and they definitely threw me. So here are 6 phrases I'd never even heard of until I moved to America. And one of them sounds like a sweet and kind thing to say, but it really isn't. It's actually quite a nasty insult. So, number 1
That's
comes
a good
from a
insult.
place I actually can't wait to visit, and that is Pittsburgh. We've made some amazing friends from there who insist that we are now Steelers fans, but it's thanks to them that I first heard a phrase that left me completely stumped. Yins. Now, we all know
Yins. I have no idea.
y'all, even in the UK. We've heard it a million times on TV. We don't actually say it, but it's one of those American words that everybody just
Never
gets.
heard it.
If you haven't heard of it, it's used to address more than one person. So, how as Brits would say, you all. And yins means
You all, I say use. As a lot of you say y'all, I say use. Use lot.
everybody just gets. If you haven't heard of it, it's used to address more than one person. So, how as Brits would say, you all. And yins means exactly the same. But you'll often hear Americans, especially those around the Pittsburgh area, say,
I bet you when I watch YouTube later on, I bet you one of the first videos I watch, I hear someone say it now. It's one of them things, isn't it? Do you know, when something you've never seen or never heard of before, whatever, instantly it's something you've never seen is always about as soon as you've seen it for the first time or been told about it. But yeah, I've got a feeling I'm going to hear this as soon as I watch YouTube later tonight.
yins guys, which is their.
Sorry,
And yins means exactly the same. But you'll often hear Americans, especially those around the Pittsburgh area, say yins guys, which is their version of you guys. It's part of the local dialect, and it's one of those words that instantly gives away where somebody is from. And sticking with Pennsylvania, number 2 is a Philly thing, so you'll mostly hear it around Philadelphia. The word is jawn, and it can basically mean
I feel like I've heard it in a song or something, you know.
well, anything. It's a noun that can describe a person, a place, a thing, an event, even an idea. The meaning depends entirely on the context. For example, I'm going to the jawn. That person is a jawn. Pass me the jawn. See what I mean?
Nope.
The meaning depends entirely on the context. For example, I'm going to the John. That person
Is that basic? Is that basically saying it's none of your business and I'm off to the John? Is it like saying I'm off to see a man about a dog? That's no. Right, take it back one more.
an event, even an icon. And it can basically mean, well, anything. It's a noun that can describe a person, a place, a thing, an event, even an idea. The meaning depends entirely on the context. For example, I'm going to the John. That person is a John. Pass me the John. See what I mean? It's
I kind of get the pass me the John. It's like I'd say pass me the finger me bob if I can't be bothered to say the thing or whatever. But the first two, I'm sorry, I want to learn.
depends entirely on the context. For example, I'm going to the John. That
The first two sounds as though it's like none of your business. Like I'd say to my dad when I was younger, where are you going? And he'd say, I'm off to see a man about a dog. And it sounds to me that kind of thing's like, where are you going? I'm off to the John. In other words, none of your business. That's what it feels like to me. That correct me in the comments. I'm sure you will. Thank you.
person is a John. Pass me the John. See what I mean? It's understood through context rather than definition. And it can be used in almost any situation.
It sounds like
I
it.
still don't fully get this one,
No.
but it doesn't seem negative. It's just one of those local words that people just seem to know. But not every
I forgot you mentioned about it being negative. I feel as though it's none of your business. That's the only thing I got from that.
phrase is tied to one region. Some are used all over the US, like the Boondocks. If someone said that out
I've heard that loads of times, and weren't they some sort of was it an animation? I never saw it, but I've heard the word loads of times. Boondocks, but I don't know what it means. We have something called Quantox here. I think it's a place, but no, I've never. I don't know what the Boondocks is. I've heard of it, but never heard of.
of
I
nowhere,
thought it was
you
this show.
probably just blink and hope that context saves you. In America, the Boondocks basically means the middle of nowhere, somewhere far away, or just
And that might be what Quantox might mean here then, because it kind of are in the middle of nowhere. I'm probably wrong. But yeah, Boondocks. I didn't know what it meant
a bit
at all.
remote.
I
It's the
genuinely thought
kind
it
of
was that
place
show.
where your phone signal. The Boondocks basically means the middle of nowhere, somewhere far away, or just a bit remote. It's the kind of place where your phone signal goes.
So basically, if you was off hunting or camping or whatever, you weren't sure where you were going, and people ask you where you go, you say, I'm off to the Boondocks. Is that kind of how you'd say it?
To die. It actually comes from a Filipino word meaning mountain, which American soldiers picked up during wartime and brought home. Over time, it turned into slang for anywhere that feels miles from civilization.
Before 2019, 2020, I don't think I ever heard of it. That word.
But not every phrase is
But
sweet and innocent. Number 4 can actually carry a bit of a sting. Now, obviously, context helps with everything. You can read the room, the general tone, the vibe, but not always, especially if you see it in a comment online. The phrase is bless your heart. If someone said that to me, I'd think it was a nice thing. But no,
no. If she's been told that a lot, she genuinely thought people were being nice now. Bless your heart, bless your little cotton socks, bless you, whatever. No. It must be the same here as their ear is it. I can't speak. The same, both sides of the pond. Same meaning.
Here in America, especially in the South, it's often used as an insult. If you're a Brit hearing this,
Okay. Perhaps it's not so much as an insult here then. If it's an outright insult there, it's feel sorry for them a little bit, but not right. I suppose it is insult. I don't know.
a nice thing. But no, here in America, especially in the South, it's often used as an insult. If you're a Brit hearing this for the first time, it sounds sweet, like something your nan might say after.
But do you know what? I'm glad they've told me this, right? Because of not just a stereotype, but the videos I've been watching, Jack and Paige on their travels, uh, and their real friendliness down there, and some old lady, lovely old lady, said, "Oh, bless your heart." I would have took that as the opposite to what it means here. I would have took that as to being, "Oh, she actually liked me." But yeah, now I know that it's not.
You've had a rough day. But in the US, if you're a Brit hearing this for the first time, it sounds sweet, like something your nan might say after you've had a rough day. But in the US, that little phrase can go two very different ways. Sometimes it's genuine sympathy, but other times it's basically a way of calling you an idiot. In the UK, we don't really say bless your heart, not at all. We just say oh bless you if we're being kind, or oh bless if something's cute. It doesn't.
Oh, bless your cotton socks. That's a massive one. I don't know where she grew up in the UK, but no, one I disagree on slightly. But again, it's not an outright insult like it is over there, as she's saying, if that is right. But it's just a gentle put down to someone that's perhaps a little bit too dim to realise they're being put down.
Actually carry an insult in it. So when we hear bless your heart, we think it's lovely, not realizing we might have just been insulted. Number 5 is whiskey in a teacup. It's a southern expression that basically
It's not like storming a teacup, is it?
describes someone who might look delicate, sweet, and elegant on the
Ah,
outside,
right.
like a dainty little teacup, but underneath there's strength, fire, and a whole lot of personality. The
I
phrase
like that.
became more widely known after actress Reese Witherspoon used it as the title of her 2018 book, crediting her late grandmother.
It's not where they started, is it? Because of that, she just took that and put it to her book. Either way, I genuinely do like that. I'm going to use that to describe the next person that I know that looks lovely on the outside but tough as shit inside. Whiskey in a
It's
teacup.
one of those expressions that sounds soft and pretty, but the person it describes definitely shouldn't be underestimated. Now, the last one I actually really like. The younger generation will probably already know this one, but I'd personally never heard it until I moved to America. And the phrase is spill the tea. It basically
I'd not heard of that again until like 2019 to 2020ish. That's when I started doing this. You know, when all that weird thing happened and everyone had to stay at home and work and stuff. That's when I first started hearing this. Spill the tea. And I might say, actually, I was thinking now. Back in the day, I don't know what other countries do it in, but like a few generations back, people had like put the tea leaves in their saucer, you know, a cup of saucer, put the tea leaves in there and read fortunes or whatever to find out what's going on. Is that where it came from? Spill the tea. Other than that, I can't think of anywhere it could have come from.
means tell me the gossip or share the
Yeah,
juicy
yeah.
details. If someone
I forgot to mention that bit, didn't I?
says spill the tea, they're not talking about an actual cup of tea. They want the inside scoop, usually on something dramatic or a bit
I feel as though it must have come from that. I can't think of anywhere else reading the tea leaves from the saucer.
cheeky. The phrase started in American actual cup of tea. They want the inside scoop, usually on something dramatic or a bit cheeky. The phrase started in America and grew in popularity through TV shows and social media. And now it's made its way across the pond, especially among young people in the UK and online.
I've not heard it in
In
real
the
life.
UK, we've always said things like spill the beans or what's the gossip, but spill the tea is definitely starting to creep into British slang too. So
Spill the beans usually means if somebody's hiding something, trying to get them to tell you. Spill the beans. Not so much about gossiping about somebody else. That's spill the tea is like telling somebody about something else or somebody else. But I feel as though spill the beans is someone that hiding something.
there we have it, 6 American phrases many Brits won't understand. I certainly had never heard any of them before I moved here. So let me know if any of these surprised you and tell me in the comments if there are any others I should add to the list. Thank you for watching my channel, and if you haven't done so already, please remember to subscribe for weekly videos.
Right, now the Yins, that's one I've 100% never heard. That John, I don't know if I've heard it I've not saw it on a TV show, or I've heard it either in music or I've saw it on a YouTube saying it, a YouTube channel, a YouTuber saying it. Well, it would be a YouTuber on a YouTube channel, wouldn't it? God, my mind's gone blank, I can't remember what else to have anyway. But yeah, let's spill the tea. Let me know if you know where the saying come from. Because sayings come from something usually, don't they? But no, fascinating. Yeah, help me out with anything that I ask. Pop in the comments if you do not mind. So, I read all my comments, are usually great in there. And thank you very much to all my subscribers. See you later. Goodbye. Bye-bye.